These days, there are many families where both dad and mom are working outside of the home. Maybe because on average people are waiting to have children later on in life, once couples are settled into their careers and are somewhat financially comfortable. Or maybe because a dual income is necessary in supporting the family. Whatever the reason, it leaves parents torn once they bring home baby. Once maternity leave, or in some cases paternity leave, is over, who is going to care for your most valuable possessions, your children? The Child Care Coordinating Council of the North Country gives parents the resources and referrals necessary to help make this decision a little easier.
We put our whole heart into the children in the daycare, and I think that most daycare providers do. And I look at this as not as a job. I look at it as something that I really enjoy doing.
Heidi Cothran's daycare, Heidi's Home Away from Home in Peru, New York, is just one of approximately 25 group family daycare providers licensed through New York State and registered with the Child Care Coordinating Council.
We recruit the providers, we train them, we help parents find high-quality child care. We spend a great deal of time educating families about what to look for in their child care program.
Jamie Basiliere is the Coordinating Council's director. She boasts that the Child Care Coordinating Council is a not-for-profit agency, governed by a board, and has been providing a variety of services to families, children, and child care providers throughout the North Country for 22 years.
Parents call us or email us or stop in to visit us, and we can provide them with a list of licensed and registered child care homes or centers that are within their geographic area, within any other criteria that they are looking for.
The region's registered child care providers must take workshops and training programs and complete 30 hours of training every 2 years to maintain their licenses. Ann Frazier heads up many of these training courses and works closely with providers, making on-site visits when necessary.
What I might do is take a phone call on a challenging behavior, or it might be as simple as going out and doing a visit to observe a program who feels that there's a lot of chaos or just some ideas about structure and programming, and I would go out and observe in their classroom or their family child care program, and I would provide some insights as an outside party observing some of the things that go on in the program.
Parents can choose between 4 different types of licensed child care providers registered through the council. Frazier says it's important to consider the family's needs and children's ages when deciding on child care.
Preschool children are at a point in their life where they're beyond concrete thinking, they're thinking abstractly. So by thinking abstractly, they can remember things like the letters of their name or what happened yesterday and how that affects today. Whereas infants and toddlers live very much developmentally in the moment. So they want to know exactly what's in their hand, and that's what they remember. They want to know that the person they're with is the person that they care about and love, and that that person is always going to be there. Preschoolers have an ability to remember those special people in their life, so they're not quite as driven to have that attachment person available to them.
You want it right where?
The first type of childcare is family childcare.
That is where one provider is registered in her own home to provide child care for up to 8 children, depending on the children's ages.
Audrey Brayton of Plattsburgh, New York, is just one of approximately 75 licensed family daycare providers in Clinton County alone. Her services go above and beyond a typical workweek daycare.
Originally started out doing daycare to have an extra income, so my husband could work part-time and go to school full-time. And then my son, right around when Chloe was born, ended up getting diagnosed with Asperger's, needing several therapies, and we ended up deciding that it would be best for the family if I resigned and took the daycare full-time. And I decided, since I was already doing nights and weekends, didn't want to get rid of who I had, to do around the clock, which really helps with people that work at like CBPH or working at the nursing homes, where they have those shifts that start, 3 o'clock, which is midday, working anywhere from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning, and you don't have anybody, being a single mom. or family members to really depend on. I filled that void for them.
With 2 young children of her own, Brayton knows firsthand how parents feel having to leave young ones for a long portion of the day.
I treat every kid that comes in, I treat them as if they're my own. My kids, priorly, when I was working, they went to a daycare, and she was great. There was a lot of things that she did in her daycare, which I brought here. You know, you really expect a clean atmosphere, you want them to eat well, and you want to make sure that you can go to work without worrying. Know that you're going to be picking them up and they're going to be okay, like the same way you drop them off.
I need somebody that's going to take good care of my kids while I'm at work, plus somebody that is close, and somebody who is able to take my children to school for me. I mean, I do have kind of a sticky situation where 2 of my children need to go to school and 1 doesn't, and I have to be to work early. I would rather them be in a home. I would rather them be able to be outside every day and not so structured. She hugs and kisses my kids like they were her own. You need somebody like that. If you can't be with your kids, you need somebody that's caring and wants to take care of your kids the way that you do.
The second option for parents is a group family daycare. This type is similar to family because it still takes place in the provider's home, only this provider has an assistant and can take in up to 14 children at a time.
We have lots of kids and we do lots of fun projects and lots of preschool things. I get kids sometimes at 6:15 in the morning, and they have breakfast, and we just greet all the kids as they come in, and once all the older kids get on the bus, we start our day with projects. We do art, we do math, we do a lot of like ABCs, anything that is for preschool children, but we involve the toddlers with too, just to give them that extra start. And and then they have lunch and we have a quiet time, and then we go outside and just start all over again the next day.
After 8 years as a licensed provider, Catherine has made changes and additions to accommodate the kids in her daycare. An outdoor play area with 2 slides and swings to hold 6 kids at once, plus a custom-built table to allow all kids to sit for lunch and project time. But she says the true reward is seeing these little faces years later.
There's a lot of children that I run into that have been here when they were little. They've gone to school, and I hear back from a lot of parents that how well they're doing in school, and that makes me feel good because I know that I've done my job to prepare them to be successful in kindergarten.